What's up you guys, my name's Brobson, and today I'm going to be showing you how to tame the hunter pet named Broken Tooth in classic World of Warcraft. But before we get into how, let's go over who. Who is Broken Tooth, and why would you want to tame him? Broken Tooth is a tameable rare spawn cat pet that spawns in the Badlands. He's tameable starting at level 37 and is widely known as the best hunter pet available for leveling, endgame PvE, and endgame PvP. The reason Broken Tooth is seen as the best in slot pet for all hunters in all scenarios is that he has an incredibly fast 1.0 attack speed. Cats have the highest base damage stat of any tameable hunter pet in classic WoW, and no other cat pet has an attack speed as fast as Broken Tooth's. But why is increased attack speed so important? Well, there are a few reasons. Firstly, hunter pets have the ability to interrupt a spellcaster's spells. A faster attack speed means you'll be able to do this more quickly and easily, and you'll have better control over exactly when you want to interrupt, which can make life a huge pain for casters in PvP, and also save your pet and yourself some damage while farming mobs out in the open world or in PvE. Secondly, there's a talent in the BiS mastery tree for hunters called Frenzy, which increases your pet's attack speed by 30% for 8 seconds every time the pet deals critical damage. With a faster attack speed, you'll get more attacks per minute, which means more crits per minute. A crit will proc Frenzy, which means even more attacks per minute, which means even more crits per minute, which means even more Frenzy procs, which you get the idea. It snowballs and it's pretty incredible. While a faster attack speed doesn't always mean that better DPS for hunter pets, it certainly does with Broken Tooth, especially if you're raiding or leveling with Frenzy active. So now that we know that he's the best pet available for all hunters, we can just head to the Badlands and tame him real quick, right? Well, it's not quite that simple, unfortunately. Broken Tooth is a rare spawn mob with a spawn window of approximately 6 to 8 hours. This means that whenever he's killed or tamed, he won't spawn again for a minimum of 6 hours, but a maximum of 8 hours. And unless you physically saw him get tamed or killed during his last spawn window, there's really no way to know when he was last spotted, so you don't have any way of knowing when you'll be inside that 2-hour spawn window. To make matters worse, there are actually 3 different locations in which Broken Tooth can spawn, so you can't even just sit in one place and wait until he shows up. If you sit in one spawn location, he may spawn at one of the other 2 and be captured or killed without you even knowing that he was up. On screen now is a map of the Badlands showing the 3 possible locations where Broken Tooth can spawn. Though they're all relatively close together, you won't be able to see all 3 spawn points on your screen at once. So how on earth are you supposed to find him? Well, let's get into it. Firstly, you'll want to make sure you've picked up the spell Eagle Eye from a hunter class trainer. Eagle Eye allows you to cast the spell anywhere within your character's view to zoom your character's vision into that spot. You can pivot your camera around the casted area to see all of the spawns and mobs in that area, just as if you were standing there instead of where you're actually standing. By default, the spell lasts 1 minute, but you can cast it again to cancel it and be brought back to where your character is. It's pretty self-explanatory why this is so useful when hunting Broken Tooth, because you can just zoom in your vision to the 3 different spawn points from a single location, rather than having to physically run between the 3 spawn locations non-stop. Secondly, I strongly recommend you install the add-on called Unitscan. What Unitscan allows you to do is scan the area within range of your character's vision for mobs or NPCs with specific names. The way this add-on works is simple. Once installed, you just type /unitscan and then the name of the thing you'd like to scan for and hit enter. In this case, /unitscan space Broken Tooth. Unitscan will then constantly be scanning within your character's range for an NPC with that name. When found, it will give both an audio and visual alert, letting you know that the mob is within your character's range. As you can see and hear, it's pretty hard to miss. The cool thing about this add-on is that it works from your character's Eagle Eye view as well. This means that even if the mob isn't within range of where your character is physically standing, it will still play the alert once you cast Eagle Eye in the area that the mob is spawned. Therefore, you won't even really need to look around when in Eagle Eye vision to see if the mob is up on your map. Just make sure Unitscan is enabled for Broken Tooth, cast Eagle Eye in the general area of the spawn location, and then listen for the Unitscan alert. If you don't hear the sound, cancel your Eagle Eye and cast it again on the next spawn point. Just keep rotating your Eagle Eye cast between the 3 spawn points until you hear that Unitscan alert. When you finally hear it, just run over to it, find Broken Tooth and snag your highly coveted pet. The best spot to stand is on top of a rock hill in between the 3 spawn points shown on screen now. It's to the southern end of the Maker's Terrace and just northeast of the excavation camp. It's pretty easy to find, and once you stand on top of this hill, you can just freely cast Eagle Eye. Keep in mind that the Badlands is a contested zone, so if you're on a PvP server, you'll likely need to defend your spot and kill off a few fellow huntards while looking for Broken Tooth. It can be incredibly boring to sit in one spot for hours on end, gaining no XP and no items, but in my opinion, the grind is always worth it. Taming rare pets is one of the coolest parts of the hunter class and one of the most unique parts of its class fantasy. The longer it takes you and the more times you get ganked and killed trying to find him, the more rewarded you'll be left feeling when he's finally yours. You'll be incredibly attached to your new furry friend right from the start, and you'll be equipped with the best min-max pet for PvP and PvE throughout all of classic World of Warcraft. So have a little patience, turn on some Netflix, and start casting Eagle Eye. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you learned something from it, and I hope that you can get out there if you're a hunter and grab yourself Broken Tooth. Make sure you leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, as well as a dislike if you didn't enjoy it, and either way, leave a comment below letting me know. Subscribe for future uploads, and as always, thank you very much for watching.